Hello, this is Vulturefire, and this video is going to be another run with Chris's Frostchild deck, because Chris has made a bunch of changes to it and requested that I do a run. He has been doing a lot of no upgrades, no items runs with it, and he won 3 in a row, and he figured he would show off his list. So, I was not a fan of the list when last I saw it, but it has changed substantially. We are currently at 4 mana cards, one of which is manageable. I don't like Patient Focus because I just am really bad with using it. Pierce is so-so. We have 2 ways to freeze. We've got Ice Blast and Visions of Frost. We're relatively low to the ground. I don't like the Shocking Aura and the Mana Jolt. That feels like a dangerous combination. I like the Shocking Aura. Especially without a Distill elements, you're counting. If you draw this and this together, you are just having to roll the dice on whether or not you'll get shocked. So if I was going to make a change, that's probably the first thing I would do. I would swap out the Mana Jolt for something else. Probably just to Distill elements. Phase Race is solid. Looking at the card pool real quick. View elements makes sense because this is a list that does stuff. I still don't like Unstable Focus. Yeah, we're still in the same position where it's like we have these 2 ways to use Mana Boost, and our only way to get Mana Boost is these 2 things in the starting deck, and they don't generate that much Mana Boost, which seems real sketch. Surprise Attack is so-so. I'm not the hugest fan of it. We are really, really low on mana cards in the card pool. I don't know how this deck funds a Singularity. Unless you're just going super, super deep in the run in the fight. But we'll see how it goes. Oh, whoops, wrong button. That's the button I want. Normally I would go here, because I just like seeing the new monsters, but there are enough cards that Raodan really wants that are in Mushroom Forest. That's where I'm going. ICL could be useful. We are fighting Bay later, which should make this pretty easy. We don't have to deal with Maw being a pain in the butt. Of these, that's okay. How are we doing on shield generation in the starting list? None. There is none shield generation in the starting list. We are just entirely reliant on the freeze. This is a decent place to end up, though. We have just a whole bunch, because this is 2 different Blinding Clouds right on top of each other. Why that is so large. It's funny this is lit up blue, even though it is very much not good. Like, if we play this right now, we get no mana. Oh, we do have this for shield gen. I just missed it when I was doing the once over. And Purify has a lot of shield, so that's probably fine. The main thing that I wish that this list had that it doesn't is I would appreciate some way to get Arcane out in the starting list. Because I just find Arcane to be very valuable. Bring that freeze. Oh, I should have done that first, but doesn't matter a ton. Just playing cards to play cards at this point. Trying to loop back around to our ways to actually deal damage. We can re-shock. That'll shock us, but that should be fine. Because we have enough shield and also we just win. Power Surge is just generally very good for Raodan. I would have liked to have gotten an Arcane Aegis, but that just wasn't in the cards. This card, speaking of in the cards, this card is now much better, but I don't know that this deck is ever hitting 0 mana, so that's irrelevant. This is I say that, like, I'm torn between this deck has a lot of mana to work with and the fact that we don't have a lot of mana cards to pick up. So I suspect early on in the run we're going to be very good, and then things might start going south later. I think that turns a pretty good demonstration why I'm not a huge fan of the Pierce. Because like if you don't have stuff to go with it, it just doesn't do anything. We can do that. Oh, I didn't realize I wasn't paying enough attention to what's going on. Let's get out a bunch of damage. And by a bunch of damage, I mean we're just going to kill. We can get that freeze off, which is nice. We could play this, but we don't need to. We already have plenty of mana boost. That is not enough for us, unfortunately. That is also not enough frost. I think the damage is more important because that gets us the kill, which ends the fight. Arcane Visions I like. And it helps shore up some of our problems that we're having. I took items, didn't I? I totally took an item. Oops. This is what I get for trying to record a no items run while I'm on my while I'm not on my ADHD meds. We're gonna run the rest of it. We're just not gonna take any other items. That item is fairly low impact, so I'm not gonna bother. We're early enough in that I could restart, but I'm lazy. We'll get the point. Like I said, that is a fairly medium item for us. And I'm sure that those of you watching are like, how did you get this far into this run before you realized that you had messed that up? The answer is, I never claimed to be particularly clever. I guess we do that first. And then we can do this. I hate doing patient focus math because I'm really bad at it. Okay, so that sets that up. So we can just go ahead and play that. May as well do this. Not that it matters as soon as we get the Arcane Visions back. Oh, it was far enough that we didn't actually get it back this turn, which is unfortunate. And we don't get the frost here. The only thing here is this heal is gonna take that out of the range of being dead to a single arcane detonation. We can freeze. That will... Okay, now we win. So we're not taking any more items. I think we may want the Conductive Bolt just because it's a way to end up fights. And we're not... Oh, right, we just have to take this and discard. I was going to say, like, we can't get past it without the upgrade, but of course we can. And then we just bonk for a bunch of damage. Naturally, they both set up shields like the turn. We draw that turn one, and then they both set up shields. Because just naturally, that's how that happens. I think we do that first so that we can play that safely. I want to play this, but I guess that works. You will not quite die, which is unfortunate. Yeah, this is where the mana is awkward. You can get that shock damage out. This could technically shock us. It didn't. Let's see. Is you dead? We can not do lethal to you yet. I think that gets us there though. Refresh is okay, but Frozen Rift is probably much better. Oh, that's absolutely a card that I normally take for the intent of upgrading it. This is okay. That's okay. That's okay. We don't have any other sources of weak. We don't have any other sources of vulnerable. So, all right, we don't get to know what you're doing. All right, that's Vessel Nose. I couldn't remember even what silhouette that was. I'm not always the brightest. We can freeze. We don't really worry. We're not really scared of the Doom, but nothing happens. Removed. And we just get this damage out. Even when we don't get any the benefit out of the evasion, we still get benefit out of the wits. Alright, so we have the two shrivels, which we do not have any healing to let us play through, really. Oh, right, you have that, which is really annoying. Because we don't have a way through the purity. I don't want to waste whatever on the purity. The frost on the purity if I can avoid it. Everyone gains hidden. Thanks. Super great. That's only going to pop the purity off. But... So I think we want to do this first to get the maximum value. Meditate. And then that's 47 versus... Yeah, that's... Why does this have a guaranteed critical? Oh, it does. It just... This one doesn't get the exclamation point. That is a bug. Okay, we are going to do that. Of course, it gets evaded. So we lose the hidden for no value. We gain Frenzy 1. All enemies gain evasion 2. That is super obnoxious. Just getting hit into the evasion, but we do get a follow-up turn. That lets us at least bonk off the other evasion rank, which is nice. 32 versus... Yeah, so that's... I suppose it doesn't actually matter which one we do first. Yeah. Yeah, obviously the main value of Pierce is in these boss fights. Everyone gains evasion too. Stop giving the friggin' boss evasion. Which really is my own fault for taking this fight. I could have not. This doesn't do a ton for us. This is a little bit risky. Oh, whoops. I don't even know where in the boss's turn cycle we are. Answer. That's the point. Just takes away the other evasion rank at least. Alright, there's the Doom back out. So we have fully looped. Please stop taking our draws away. Thank you. Pop. Got it, and now we're back to this. Please stop taking our draws away. And yeah, we cannot. Fortunately, that gets us the kill. Okay. This is pretty... That does give it hidden to everyone, which is really annoying. But... gives us evasion. I think we just take this... Are we going? What are we going into? Thornberry? I'll just take the Mana Fawn, I think. We're not taking any items, because I'm remembering that. I'm tempted to cut the Mana Jolt, because I think that it is just mostly going to end up causing me problems, given how I play it. And we're moving on, because we're not doing any upgrades. This fight could be very annoying. Every fight can be annoying. That gets us 2 mana net. I think we need to go ahead and freeze you. Because, yeah, we're taking a bunch of damage. Really? You're attacking on turn 1? You didn't have to. We would like our power surge. I'm just going to freeze everyone, which is nice. Yeah, I'm mostly not a fan of the fact that this deck is just kind of awkward early on. It takes us a while to get rolling, and I don't feel like we're getting enough out of how slow the deck is to get started to make up for how slow it is to get started. And like this patient focus is so freaking awkward. I think we want to freeze you and then play this. That gives us 1 whole mana. And we get another turn. Oh, you have. But we can't hit this one for a useful amount of damage. Because we're just going to attack into evasion regardless of who we hit. Stop it. And I already signed us up to go through a whole bunch more of these because I'm very clever. Guess we do that. And then we get detonation on you. And then, yeah, more evasion. God, would we take toxic spores here? We might. Wouldn't that be a thing? You're the one most likely causes problems. Oh. We're just going to arcane detonation that one. We may never get through the evasion on the other ones. Especially with the hidden. It would help if we could freeze the others, the arcane, we could hit arcane rifts on them. There we go. That'll do. All the shield. Yeah, and that was evaded without even using up that evasion. Just very rude. Everyone gains week 2 and fail 2. Sure, sure, why not? Nothing matters. We live here now. Fortunately, this one hasn't been... Oh, I guess we do now have... This one really needs to die before we get stuck under a just bottomless pit of... for the leech. Causes too many problems. Okay. Down to 1. And now a single arcane detonation wins it for us. Why did I think I needed any of these cards? I super don't. I would take a Toxic Spores at this point. Icy Chains, it's fine. Dead Chill Bolt's okay. Icy Cure is pretty good. It's not necessary, but it's pretty good. We can start with that, which then gets us this detonation, which is nice. Unfortunately, we then can't play this. Nothing happens. I don't know if the deck's not shuffling or if we just like that we happen to get that so many times in a row. I've said it before, but I'm just not a fan of whatever that thing was that I don't like. Oh, the patient focus. Just so awkward. We're not playing this because I don't remember if Frost gets applied here. Nope, that was the attack turn. Okay, week 2 for L2, sure. At least we haven't started stacking evasion yet, he said, expecting to have just jinxed himself. You don't have any evasion. We can do both of these hits. Alright, week 2 for L2, fine with that. Detonations are always fun. We can play this into this. Okay, you still are not actually evading, which is still incredibly convenient. Because we can actually end this fight. Okay, we made it out. We lived. Just deciding if I want to reroll for the other thing. I suppose that's still pretty useful. I kind of want the... You know what? No, I want the Icy Cure so I have access to a heal. We're not taking any items because I'm still trying to remember that. The Icy Cure doesn't help us with this fight though. Which is another one of these. That was hell last time and it'll be hell this time. Freeze you out. I don't really want to burn this shock though, but I also kind of want to get damage out before things get too bad. Really? Again with the turn 1 attack? This thing like attacks 1 out of every 3 turns and it just... That's why we need that. Okay. And we focus on detonating you. And then we do get some healing there. And right, that does not end the turn, unlike other self-heals. There's the poison. Everyone was already hiding. Hey, we got a hit. Evade that, and you're just going to do your other thing? Yeah. All of the enemies get opportunist one, which is very rude. We don't have that much card draw, so it doesn't matter that much. You might be attacking this turn. I think both of these are not. But I want to freeze them. And then do this, because I get this arcane detonations out, which are convenient for us. I just take you off the board, and then we can heal back to full. End our turn. We gain Frenzy 1. All enemies gain Evasion 2. That wasn't quite enough, but... Okay, there we go. That gets rid of... That freezes that one. Now you get a follow-up turn. Goodbye. Yeah, you can already start to see that like our mana isn't doing amazingly. Like it could be worse, but it's certainly not in great shape. Stop giving them evasion. They don't need it. I promise. There we go. I don't think we have consistent enough shield for this. We cut one of our mana card shield, one of our mana boost cards, so we can't play this at all. But again, like I think it was kind of sketchy anyway. Fairly low damage. Take the icy chains. All right. Ideally, we can freeze out turn 1, and that makes our life a lot better. There we go. No point in playing that. Actually, I could have, because it just like theoretically has some minimal use in what happens if we end up looping some other cards. Alright, we end up taking a little bit of damage here, but that's fine. We are not bleeding, which is less fine. Although, it's going to work out. Because we have that evasion. Alright, now we're back to the summon. I'm torn between still like, I want to cut this, and I can't really afford to lose a mana card. We'll see what we get after this fight. Good kill. I suppose there's no way for me to get that icy cure there. Well, if Thorns gives us another shield card, which I kind of want. Again, I don't think we can afford the singularity. Not taking that. Especially if I'm going to cut this patient focus that's just bugging the heck out of me. And then I guess we just focus on trying to find mana cards. I don't think we want to deal with any more of this nonsense. We can go through this event. We could theoretically get value out of that. That seems fine. Start here. I really want to Mystic Ritual. I really want mana cards, but I also really want that Mystic Ritual, so... Let's see, those are all those. So this gives us 50-50 shot at Mystic Ritual, and then we can go through these, which all have to give us chances at mana cards, so... And we will just freeze you. So you're now a threat, but you're not. Now you're not a threat. Oh, whoops. We probably shouldn't have done that. It's fine. You get healed back to full. Okay. We do this. And we detonate you for value. Let's go ahead and get plenty of health back. We would like to find our Purify. There it is. Plenty of shield. We can freeze you and then just blast you to try and get you closer to dead. And I think this turn, yeah, they're looping back around to starting to set up that buff again. They'll huff and they'll buff and they'll blow your house down. And that's going to be lethal. And now we just have one left to deal with. Any hit will kill it. Look, it's any hit. I guess it probably doesn't matter which one we're fighting. Yeah, definitely against Ruby Dragon. I want the Sanctuary. We do still need to fix our mana issues. Lightning Call feels like a kind of odd choice. We do have some ability to put out Shock, but I'm not sure it's consistent enough that I would want Lightning Call. That evasion is nice, but it's also not enough. I really want to play this, but I think we have to freeze out one of them. One of the ones that's attacking at me. Because when the Drakes decide that they just want to kill you, they can just absolutely ruin your day. Pop. And we are going to go ahead and play that. Because even though that means giving them shield, we really want some shield of our own. Let's see. This pops off an evasion stack at least. We can do that, which is gonna not do anything. I was thinking it would for some reason. I think we play that because that'll give us reflect, which actually is gonna do something this turn. You probably need to get frozen. Yeah. Apply weak heal. Plenty of freezes. Nothing to do with them though. Yeah, the big downside to having cut 2 of our mana cards in our starting deck is like we're not going to get offered any more. And like if it wasn't the fact that I just really, really didn't like those, I would not have cut them. Like we can manage, it just means every fight takes a year and a half. I'm in danger of like falling asleep midway through the run. You're getting frozen. Oh, you're the one that I need to get frozen because you're setting up more evasion. And then pop off your last evasion stack and do that. Okay. Is that lethal yet? No. Now is it lethal? Yes. This is not freezing. I'll just dump more frost there just to get out more mighty. Get a little bit of reflect damage. Yeah, the Frozen Rift, not being able to upgrade it definitely hurts. Also, not having any items to go with it hurts. Because it's definitely one of those cards that like is much stronger when you have items to go with it. Yeah, if we could ever get through all these evasion ranks, we'd be in good shape. I think you're gonna die now. Yep. Burning forever. This does not bode well for Ruby Dragon though. No, I'm not gonna lie. There's a very good chance that I'm just gonna abandon this run and just like tap out because I just do not have the patience. At minimum, I need to path differently because I will not survive that many more Drake fights. I physically will not. I will be a corpse. You will have murdered me with boredom. We killed one. Hooray! It's not even the card we wanted. Arcane Nova is nice. We can't take any items. Do I slog to the end of area 1 at least? Maybe. At least there's only one Drake here. You do need to get frozen this turn though, so you don't set up more evasion. We can do this, which is pretty good. Yeah, Arcane Nova definitely helps. This will give us a detonation on you, which is nice. Is this enough to kill you? Yes. So you're going to try and summon this turn. We've got a decent chance of being able to freeze you. We have no chance of being able to freeze you. But at least we're down to just the Siligus. I should have frozen first for the extra arcane detonation damage. You're dead. You're frozen. Goodbye. Burning Focus. Needed it. Do I have patience to fight triple Drakes now that I have this? I mean, I'd be pretty happy to have that Chimera form, I think. So, we're going to go here. We don't get to keep most of that Reflect, but we get to keep some of it, so. Meditate, and then just get all this extra shield. Sure, we'll just get damage out. We do have a sanctuary, I think. We didn't find it, but we have one. Yeah, it's still in our dropout. Should have played out the... I really thought we had that freeze. I just didn't bother paying attention. Can you tell how out of it I am this fight? Can you tell that I have run up against the limit of my patience? There we go. More Frozen Rifts is fine. I think we'll take the Wreath guys because I would like a little bit of more draw. I'm worried it'll be draw 1 more often than I'm really happy with, but... Nice thing is that Pierce does scale up pretty quick against bosses. Oh, we don't have enough to do this. I was thinking we can then get the guaranteed crit, but we can't. Let's do that. Use that for a freeze source. Oh, whoops, that shocks us. That's not great. That could be a problem. It'll be fine. It's not going to be fine. I'm trying to think if this is the worst one for us to actually take damage from. I think it's bad enough that I'm willing to do that. I guess we'll get another shock out. Oh, yeah, that's a lot better for us to get hit by. If we're going to get hit by an attack while shocked. We can evade one of the hits too, which makes it even better. Oh, we're now shocked again. Whoops. Think we end up pulling this? I guess we don't need to. We have enough shield. And we just do that. Fully block enemy attacks. Complete. Yeah, we are not getting shocked here, which is something. Trying to decide the extent to which we still need to purify. Because if we find another source of shock, we wouldn't need it anymore. Although I don't know, like, I don't know if we have another source of shock ready to go. I think we probably have to take Arcane Silence or the other thing here. Oh, I should have gotten the shock out first. Whop. Yeah. Mystical Bloom. I want the Mana Eruption, but the Mystical Bloom is so good. And then we're cutting... Kind of tempted to cut the Shocking Aura. Kind of, like I said, I'm kind of tempted to cut the Purify. Kind of tempted to cut the Phase Grace. We might just roll on as is. The Connective Bolt is also pretty meh. We kind of have been using it. It's... Yeah, we can cut the Connective Bolt. It's kind of expensive. And I don't know that we need it. Just going to cut through this event. Nope, nope. This is normally where I'd take this fight, but Christ, I don't know that I have the patience for it. Nope, I don't have the patience. We're just going. Just don't care anymore. You need to get frozen. It would be nice if you were weak. Things like these shocks are basically unavoidable because they are overcharged shocks. There's just nothing we can do about that. This is pretty good. This is very useful. Thank you. And that's a perfect turn to do that because these guys are both doing really jerky things. What is left in the deck? No mana is the answer. So we just don't have that much mana, period. We can get out these detonations, which is nice. Which gets us a lot of growth for next turn. Is the second point of shock that relevant? Do we care? Because if not, then that's a lot of growth. Which I think is worth it. It'll depend on what these guys come up doing. Yeah, that's fine. We can't freeze anybody. We can apply weak. Okay, so that bug's fixed. We can meditate, but then we couldn't get the follow-up that we want. Which is to be able to draw more than one card. We do get a letter shield here, which is nice. And we could evade, but it cost us taking Arcane, which we don't want to do, because this way we don't explode. And just not exploding is nice. We do still have one shock. Are we freezing anything with this? We can freeze you. Sure. It's going to do enough to kill you. Or you. You have more health, so you can die. We explode for 15, which is rude. Means we actually lose health here. We don't quite get shocked again, which is nice. I'm thinking, I want to play this, but that shocks us. This means that it won't shock us, but it means that these jerks all get extra. So, we're already shocked. We're just going to do that. The question is, can I get out any kills, or am I just going to end up... I think we're just going to do that. Thwomp. Thwomp. Oh, I could have gotten out a kill. I didn't realize. Wasn't paying attention to how much Arcana was doing. Guess we still got the kill anyway. Oh, there we go. There we go. Technically lost a little bit of health, but not too much. This isn't what I'm looking for. Let me just take the Arcane Nova because we're going into Ruby. I really want this cornered focus here. But yeah, like, the thing with having really good mana cards to Epic, but those being most of your good mana cards, is that it means that you are priced into, if you need one of the other cards, like in this case the Mystic Plume I think is very, very good for us, then you have to choose between which of the two you want, which can hurt. I think freezing you makes the most sense. Does it? Does it make more sense than getting 15 shield? Yes, because you guys are not doing... Well, I get 15 shield and I get powerful. I think that's worth more. Now we take an amount of damage, but it's not too bad. So what is the advantage of taking the other plays? Is that it gets us more, more arcane. Or not more arcane, more growth, and the growth is obviously very valuable. Go ahead and pop you, because that'll mean that you do less damage. And we take a tiny amount of damage. Let's see. Let's do that and see what it does. Let's pop off your evasion rank. We can freeze you. We can't freeze all of them, which is unfortunate. Can't kill you. Cannot kill you. Can get a detonation off on one of them. Or I can shock all of them. You know, just get the detonation on you. So these two haven't actually summoned, which I think means they can still summon. I'm not 100% certain I remember how those rules work. Okay, this is going to do a lot of work for us. I think the combination of these two is actually going to do a lot of work for us because it's going to pop off all these pack tactics ranks, which massively reduces the amount of damage we're taking. Yeah, and then we can just get a bunch of shield. Would love a cornered focus. Freeze you. This does not get us the freeze we want, but we can actually use just outright deal damage. Start with this. See what's left behind. Okay, we have enough mana to play everything in the hand. Kill you. And then I believe that you will be able to summon. You're definitely going to try and summon. Yeah, both of you can try and summon. Only one of you can succeed, but both of you can try. Just meditate. So now we can freeze out the back one. Can freeze out the front one. Yes. So, oh, but you have... Oh, that should actually kill you. Because you're not gonna... It's not gonna do enough damage to kill you. It's still not. But it gets close. Because you're the only one left that can still try and summon. So that makes you the priority. And we get that reflect. Fight is effectively over. Oh, whoops. There we go. Fight is actually over. Corner focus. Not looking forward to this Ruby Dragon fight, where we don't have any, we only have the one cleanse. But, and where our damage is abysmal. But Ruby Dragon got nerfed recently, so it's probably still fine. Womp. Womp. Okay, there's the sanctuary that we need to make sure we play. Okay, it cleanses off the burn. Okay. We do not actually want to freeze this turn because we want to be at least a little bit burned. Shouldn't have frozen last turn because we kind of wanted to... Because last turn we would have been totally fine with what was coming out. 42 damage. Yeah, that seems okay. We can heal back to full. This is all fun and games till the Drakes come out. Ideally, we want the Drakes to show up when we have... whatever. This is a decent turn to freeze. We want the Drakes to show up on a turn where we're ready to Arcane Nova them. Because we would really prefer not to be surprised by Drakes doing Drake nonsense. Right, this is actually, Drake's going to come out here, which is actually pretty good timing. I didn't even plan that, but... Oh man, that is astonishingly perfect. And we even have Adept. Say goodbye to all your evasion stacks, geniuses. And they're not even attempting to burn us, which is very nice of them. And we purify, so we get plenty of shield. I think this is probably going to kill you, which is convenient. And then we can just get up that, which means we're not even taking that much damage from the big guy. Okay. .20 damage detonations are fun. And may as well get the everything out. 8 mana every turn. I may have successfully enough recovered from my annoyance that I'm willing to play out the rest of the run. We'll see. Picking up the Mystical Bloom helps a lot in terms of just like giving us something that helps us close these out. It's not going to do anything, but there we go and play that. Conveniently, this means that we're going to have 1 burn at the start of our turn, which means that we will go into this phase, even though it's going to do functionally nothing to us. Which is how we like it. Although, if we're going to do that, I guess it doesn't matter. 60 damage from the Mystical Bloom. We'd love a mana eruption. We will also take a fire convergence. That seems pretty good. It's just another way to just end this freaking fights in general. Just do that. I may cut the Frozen Rift. I'm torn. Like, it's good earlier in a fight, but we keep taking these fights out to just these extreme lengths where it stops being good. Yeah, Fiery Presence. Frostwave is also good. Fiery Presence does damage though, and we just kind of want to do some damage. I still want to cut the Pierce, but I think we still need it. Kind of want to cut the Frozen Rift. I think the Read the Ice is pretty meh. Alright, we're fighting Baelator, we already know. This could give us useful things. This fight could also be a pain in the butt to go through with the Frost whatever effect, but that's where we are. Nope. Not interested in letting you set up another rank of opportunist. Thank you. I don't love the poison, but not a ton I could do. Should have done that first. There's our Sanctuary, which is kind of what we were hoping to see. I think the Sanctuary lets us get away with playing these. I hope. We can get an evasion out. We can also just freeze them. I don't hate that. Especially since we've got all this poison. May as well do that. And we can get some detonations off. Let's get some more of those delicious 20 damage detonations. We do wish though that we had found some evasion, or not evasion, some shield, but it's going to be fine. Donk. We're only going to take 4 at least, so it could be worse. We're going to do this into the Sanctuary. We're going to do the Sanctuary to cleanse off the weak. We have to do that to get stuff. I meant to save mana to get whatever dead, but it's fine. But yeah, like even ignoring even though we haven't even cast it yet, and we're about to cast it, Fire Convergence, just applying burn has been relevant. Oh. we can freeze and punk. And then do that. Punk and punk. The fight will one day end. I believe in it. These are super annoying. God, we're so close to just killing this outright. There we go. Do I play these just to get them out of the deck? Becomes the next question. I think not. Although I guess I may as well if I'm going to be playing the Sanctuary anyway. Which I think I am. Alright, this will give us the kill. Okay, we made it. One more fight in the books. This is so questionably bad. Can't take that. Don't love that. The reason we can't take the shock is like we just don't consistently have shock out enough. So the way this one works is every time we play a card, it adds a frost. Every time we play a non-mana card, it adds a frost to us and to all of the enemies. So we can get around that though by doing that. So we are going to get exploded, which is rude. 8 frost all enemies, but we don't. Stop stealing our freezes. But we get a fatigue, which is really annoying. I think we're going to start with that. Pop out that last purity rank. So we can play enough cards. He'll get frozen. I'm not sure we can. I'm not sure we need to. I think this is probably our best card to play here. That just gets us a bunch of growth. And we don't end up in too bad of a position here. Alright, there's more frosted enemies, more fatigue for us. Okay, so it looks like debuffs do apply to, or the plated did apply to blocking the status from that. And so did the arcane barrier. So we have to do that there if we want to use it. So it becomes a question if we want to do that, or I think we'll do this. It's not actually going to pop a detonation on you, but that's fine. Don't get as much shield as I would like. I didn't realize that one wasn't weak. It's fine. Of course it isn't, because the icy chains are our only ways to play weak. Okay, so they get frozen, but then they get a bunch of other stuff. I'm least a fan of the purity. Go ahead and just get through that. I want to play this, but it's so risky. That's just rude. So they can't pop off your relevant buffs. Oh no, I've really messed up. We're gonna get frozen here by this. Crap, I forgot about the fact that they had all that frost rune. Shit, we may have just lost. I wasn't thinking. That's just so frustrating. Do. Do. Sorry, typing up a complaint about the triple thing there. All right. Let's see. Our turn. That could have been a lot worse. Although we're still not obviously in a super great place. This doesn't do anything. Pulls off a purity on the back one. Doesn't mean much. Oh, we need to play that, because that's going to clean off. Should have done that first. Cleans off the weak. This jerk. Just please stop. Please stop. I do not want to do this anymore. Oh, right after I get there. Don't have a choice. Alright, it doesn't do anything because you can't get actually frozen. Please don't crit. Naturally crits on that one. Okay. Uses up the shocked. Yeah, this fight is miserable so far. We can at least freeze you out. And we can't quite freeze you out. We can do a decent chunk of damage. We're just never getting through all that shield. You just have to try and kill the front ones. Like I said, if I lose here, I just don't care. I just don't care. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't think this deck has any way to get through that much shield stacking. I haven't done the weathers enough to really have a good handle on what they do. And yeah, I just am not prepared for this much shield stacking. I need damage to you at least. Plans to freeze myself with this. So let's add weak to you and then freeze self. I don't know how much actual shield they've gotten. I mentioned it feels like 150 or more because this thing, but I don't actually know for certain. It could be infinite. There may be more shield than anybody could possibly ever expect to manage. Maybe it's just shield forever. There is nothing but shields left in this world. Okay, we can heal back, which is nice. Stop it. This does 41 damage there, or 46 damage there. This does a detonation there, but I don't care. I think we just do that damage. Christ, we are never unburying ourselves from all this shield. Yeah, naturally that happens. Take more damage. So freeze you at least. You though are just going to do a bunch of damage to us and there's not much we can do about it. Okay, you're going to die this turn. You're taking a bunch of damage, which is unfortunate. But start with a detonation on you. That helps. This would help, except it also puts us in a bad position. So we don't get frozen here. I need you to be weak. Crap, that's really bad. It's really unfortunate. We don't explode here, which is nice. Please don't do a bunch of damage again. Frostbite 5 to everyone, that's annoying, but doesn't kill us. Sanctuary has to happen. You're getting frozen by the next card we play, which is nice. We can't afford to play that many cards here. I think we play this, because that'll get the freeze out on you, and then we're going to do this. Alright, so that's actually going to freeze them. It's also going to give them purity, which is super obnoxious. And it gives them even more shield. Jesus Christ. So this is going to apply weak first, which is nice. I'll get through that purity. Okay, that doesn't actually freeze us, because this fight has been going on too long. Pops off that. That is actually perfect. And then it draws its cards, although we can't actually do that. So, may as well apply weak to you. We may finally kill one. Please don't apply 14 or Frost Twister again. Oh, 15. It's exactly the right number. So what the first card we play this turn is going to freeze us. The first non-mana card we play this turn is going to freeze us. However, oh dang, we have to hit you. That's unfortunate. I mean, in that case, we're not even going to get the kill on this one. We'll just go ahead and do that. I gained fatigue 1 alright, and is an accurate summation of how I feel about the current fight. I absolutely have at least 1 fatigue. Probably more than 1 fatigue, if we're being honest. I don't think that I don't think this freezes. Yeah, it doesn't. It gets us to 90, which is not enough. Gotten rid of all the buffs. It also doesn't freeze. All the buffs are like 1 rank of powerful. We're getting there. Because you don't stack more powerful. We had a nice amount of shield, so we're going to be able to block that. We're finally into the thing's health. Hooray! We can freeze you. It's not even enough. And we win. Finally. Christ. I think we want this. I think the biggest thing we want is to not deal with this fight. Yeah, I just don't have the patience to do another Icy Gale fight after that. We're doing so good on not needing to rest, and then that fight just, ugh. Alright, we can't upgrade a card. Should have just taken the health. I'm so used to like going for the upgrade, but we're playing no upgrades, and we're also playing no items, so. This one could also be a slog, but it can't be as much of a slog, because nothing could be as much of a slog. We're gonna do that. Goes all our evasion. Oh man, I didn't realize we still had enough. That this thing was still somehow doing enough to detonate us through the barrier. It's fine. Everything's fine. I want to use this. I think that's what we do. Yeah, that was worth it. And then we can also use this to kill you so that then you don't give out anything. You take a little bit of damage here, but it's not much. Oh, but this one's going to explode and deal damage to us, which is rude. We do have a little bit of healing, so we just have to get back around to it. And we have to not take damage until then, which is not going to happen. And yeah, you're going to explode and deal damage to us, which is rude. And then... oh, that doesn't actually freeze us. I just thought it was going to. I would have played that differently if I had realized. Oh well. And that time it will freeze us. Yeah, and unfortunately we are relatively low still on self-freeze cards. I think we do this. Or I mean on on actual shield cards. Which is part of why we're taking this damage here. We need a couple more cards that actually generate shield. Right, we deal with the whatever. Okay. There's that done. We can then not quite freeze you. Still not quite freeze you. I think we tag you for some damage and get you off the board. So we know the card in our deck is the Burning Focus, which is mana. I think that's worth it. And then we can just kill you. And like, you get to do some damage, but it's not really important. We would like the Icy Cure back. Summoning two things again. Very rude. Yeah, we would like the Icy Cure to show up not at the very bottom of the deck, because if it's at the very bottom of the deck, we don't get to play it again. We have to wait 2 turn cycles to get it back. Okay, good. It is gonna get shuffled in. So that's convenient for us. And we can heal back to full. Or, oh right, it's only heal 8. I keep thinking it is 10 and 10, but it is not. It is 8 and 8. It's just 10 because we have that item, the one item that we took at the beginning. Sure. And then, let's go ahead and take you off the board. We can cleanse ourselves and get more tough. Yeah, I think we need more tough. Like 15 shield isn't that much. Now apparently the new whatever is bugged. New text of one of the cards is bugged. Pop off some of that powerful. May as well do that because we're going to heal back anyway. Pop off the rest of the powerful. Sure. And we heal back. Have a little bit of reflect. That's free. Alright. We will make it through this if it takes all day. Which, so far, kind of has. Oh, we already had head up. It didn't matter. Pop. Fortunately, Baylator has less health than Maw. If this was Maw, it would just be like, ah. Baylator could kill us, but hopefully not. Thank you. We finally have the big guy down. Just have to kill the little one. Shouldn't take long and should not deal any damage to us. Okay, that didn't quite kill you. That will kill you. And that'll kill you. Okay, we're free. Give us some mana eruption? We don't really need it, but I'd take it. Second Mystical Bloom's not bad. Horrifying Mutation, though, I think is what we want. Because that'll help us close out this these fights. What fights do we have left? We can't avoid... I don't want to take this fight. I really don't want to take either of those fights. I don't want to take any fights. I just want to be done. But I think we go this way. Do I need Frozen Rift in any of those fights? Becomes the question. I think not. I think it's kind of our weakest card right now since we can't upgrade it and we can't take any items. Give me a second. All right. We can go here. I said I was going to do the other one, but I am brave. I am not brave. I'm a coward. And I'm a lazy coward, which is worse. But there we go. Get those just completely free freezes out. Is it still not? Oh, no, it is enough. Goodbye. And we're going to do that because then we could Wall of Thorns afterwards. Or, even better, we could do that. And that's even better because it gives us more shield. Let's see. Pop and pop. So I'm trying to read stuff in the Discord. Let's go and do this just to get out some damage. You obviously would like to get some shield out here. Oh, sure, we can just pop you for fun. Take a little bit of damage here, right? Yeah. Not a ton, but a little bit. Alright, that is not enough shield. But we do at least have a clock. We do really want to find... Perfect. That will let us clean off not just the Frost, but also the Mighties. Although we don't have any... I need to get freezes out on things. It's actually perfect. Although I would have liked to have been able to actually exploit the freezes, but whatever. Minor details. This is not going to do anything. May as well pop you because you've got whatever. Rude. And this is not going to We can freeze one of them at least. And then that'll clean off the frost. That's going to freeze the front one. And now we can do that. And we are at least blocking all this actually. Or not quite blocking it, but we're evading one and then blocking the other. Alright, we have some weak to throw out. Let's see, are we actually freezing things? Yes. Probably focus on one of them instead of splitting up the damage between them. But I never claimed to be terribly smart. Because yeah, we could just actually kill one of them. Although a lot of this like split damage is from trying to like split out the freezes. Add up, which we already have, so that didn't actually do anything. Yeah, this does not freeze either of them, so we're just going to... Oh, this should kill you. Yep, it's not going to kill you. Will this kill? No. So now we have one of them down, one to go. We didn't actually lose too much health here. We lost some, but it was definitely a manageable amount that we lost, which is nice. Pop and pop and pop. Probably gonna have to rest after this fight though, but that's fine. Ravenous Intent is nice. Mind Blast though is another way to actually just finish fights out. And then I think we're gonna rest here. Just take more health. Maybe we want to get this because that's also going to cleanse off the curse that we have, because we don't have other ways to deal with. We don't really have cleanse, which is why this fight is super dangerous and very dumb to have taken. This guy just hits so friggin' hard. That's nice. I guess we'll just do that. And we take exactly enough to go down to this point. You guys are going to be a problem this turn. So the big thing here is the way that this turn lines up, that can be easy to miss at first, is that these two are going to do a thing. They're going to curse, and then that's going to up this damage, which is a problem. All right. And then we're going to play this, although it's going to be annoying because... But yeah, so the problem here is this is going to play more curse, which means we're going to take more damage than is listed. It's going to be more than 2. Yeah. Fortunately, we were able to evade one of those hits. But, and so that's going to freeze us because we haven't self-frozen yet this fight. Oh, we have. I was wrong. I lied to you. Ends up working out pretty nicely. We would like to find our sanctuary again. Find that helps. And I think we're going to just do that. Evade one of these incoming hits. But yeah, once again, in this awkward position of them being jerks. Okay, so we at least can cleanse off the curse we have. I would love to be able to freeze one of them. But I can't. But I can at least heal. So we're going to take, I don't know, some decent amount of damage here. Alright. It's not lethal. This is not lethal either, but we can at least go poppity pop on the powerful ranks. Yeah, we're taking damage here. This is kind of why I didn't want to take this fight because we only had the one Sanctuary. I think Chris's deck still doesn't have Arcane Silence for baffling reasons. Yeah, there's no Arcane Silence in this deck. I have no clue why, because Arcane Silence is such a good card. And it is particularly great, of course, for Raodan. I do not understand why this deck does not have that card, but it does not. If we get one of these hits, we can at least get tough to help with the others. And then we just get hit pretty hard. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, I should have avoided this fight. I took it because I was feeling like I wanted to take the rest of this route, but I'm getting punished. Getting really punished because you are a problem. We need the adept. Now we can freeze you out at least. But we have so much curse here. We need to find an out to that. We need to find our Sanctuary. Is it in the... Yeah, it's in the drop out. Oh, wrong button. We need the Arcane Detonations out before whatever happens. Before we use up the shock. Yeah. Ugh. Gross. We at least get a Sanctuary this turn. And we can even kill. We can kill. Okay. Well, that sucked. That's actually probably fine. Just moving on. Burning more rests. This deck just does not feel particularly inspiring so far in terms of performance. Some of that's obviously just because, like, this is a challenge mode. So there are a couple turns that we really want to freeze out on this one. I don't know that we have the control to like freeze out specific turns, but if we do. Does deck have... No, it doesn't have Cleansing Shield either. Yeah, we are just reliant on... I would have taken the Sanctity when it was offered, I think, if I had realized that we only have the Sanctity and the Sanctuary and we don't have any other sources of cleanse. Because that is absolutely a problem. Should have just played this probably, but... This is the turn that I really want to get you frozen on. Which we may not be able to do. We'll see. At least pop off some of your... Oh, this will help. Actually, just outright going to do it. The weak doesn't matter a ton. We can do that. But this is going to freeze out both of them, so that's nice. I think we want you dead before you flip. This is an unfortunate pair of cards to draw in the same hand. And we have enough cards that I don't think that's like super common. Because yeah, we have like 29 cards. So the chances that that's going to line up exactly like that is relatively low. But it happened to line up here. I guess this isn't as long as like some of my inner runs. I don't know why it feels like it's just been forever. You're dead. Wasn't particularly important to turn to freeze, but I did anyway. That freezing gets us Mighty and Adept. I think we just want to get out some of these murky waters. Because this is the turn that we really want to try and freeze if we can. And we can. Oh, we didn't get that detonation. Let's get this detonation and the other detonation brings with it. And then we can do damage. And you're going to flip it into turn, which is perfect. And you flip with a very small amount of stuff. I would rather not get words. Alright, unfortunately, it looks like we don't have a choice but to take this damage. Oh, right, but we have the frost barrier up, so everything's fine. Nothing ever not fine. Okay. I don't hate Ossifying Strike. I hear Scrying Blast is bugged right now. So, which is I think the thing I was trying to convey earlier and just like my words wouldn't come out. We would love to get a tough buff. Wits buff is fine. Tough? Okay. So we have the one item because I did a big dumb. We don't have any upgrades. Unfortunately, we just take damage here. And not as much as I was worried we were going to, although regardless, we still just have this problem of that. This is going to give you that, which is annoying. Can we do that to use up one of the frail stacks? Yeah, we're just taking damage here. Didn't find either of our icy whatevers. Icy chains. Using my ice chains, we can find the frozen high, we didn't find the sanctuary turn one, and so we just didn't really have a lot of option but to take a bunch of damage. You want more tough. This is going to freeze. This is awkward that I have to play these if I want to get the ice resort. This is, I guess, like a reason why last resort is kind of questionable. Is that it's so easy to end up in these situations where I should have gotten this out. It's pretty meh. I don't know, for some reason I thought I had the ability to play more things after I played that. I didn't. I was trying to explain why I didn't like cards, and I should have been just playing the game. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we pretty comfortably have this fight. It may take us a little bit longer to get through. It's going to take us a little bit longer to get through it, but I'm not really worried. It's really those first couple turns where you just like eat a bunch of damage and then you feel bad because you don't want to eat damage. But like once we get going, Baylator's not going to kill us. It's just not really a possibility. We just have too many ways to do things like this. We can get pretty constant tough uptime. So between everything, let's see if we can get Last Resort off even once. Looks like the answer is going to be yes. We can get Last Resort off once. You know, I was hoping for so much more out of the Mind Blast. Here is some damage. Yeah, we end up with a lot of mana by the end of the fights, but like those early turns are so rough, and I think a lot of that is down to just like the lack of mana cards. And I would rather have, I think, better early turns and just be fine with the fact that we'll sometimes have a bunch of extra mana near the end of the fight rather than having such a slog early. Right, we have more weak, which makes things better. I wish I would have played this instead. Would have gotten off more powerful that way. I didn't even realize this re-upped its... I've never been so deep in this fight that it re-upped its purity before. more damage. But yeah, like I said, Bailator is not killing us. It's just not happening. Even in this fight, which is just going as poorly as I've ever had a Bailator fight go. Or not as poorly as that, but like very, very slowly. As slowly as I've ever had a Bailator fight go, basically. It's just not really realistic that it will kill us, I think. Although, our deck is doing its best to give it a chance. Hey, just a clean, actual getting to play Last Resort. And we get the kill. Yep, I made it. I didn't die. I didn't. I was kind of miserable. But we did it. We won. The deck worked, as promised. Hooray! Sorry, I'm not necessarily salty. I don't even know why I'm this salty. I just am. Maybe Falter Fire just needs a nap. Anyway, that's it. Toodles.